They would be able to push through it before it landed, based on the angle it's thrown, so Phelps could go. He doesn't even need to wait to go. They walk into it, it's lined up, and it's done! 3-0 in the best of five grand finals, excuse me. And SK, for the home of the organization, will take a second straight ESL One Cologne championship. And what a way to do it as well. Cloud9 looked like they were in both of the last two maps. 10-5 lead for them twice in a row, and this one came even closer than Train did, but SK pulled it back.
It might be a 3-0, but we're going to treat this as amazing rounds, great games of CS. It was a fantastic final. SK Gaming doing it again.
Cologne, back-to-back, a year apart. They are the champions again. SK ESL One Cologne, powered by Intel.
All right, it's going to work with the champs. Champs again, 12 months on, nothing changes. You guys are the #1 team in the world. 3 tournaments in a row now you've won as well. And with the major just round the corner, you guys have hit peak performance right now. How are you doing this?
It's just hard work, I think. First of all, again, the Brazilian crowd, SK crowd, we love you. Thanks a lot. Cloud9 crowd was amazing as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cologne. So it's just hard work. We practice really hard. CSGO is my life, it's our life. So I think I'm really, okay. Last question.
I get it. How good is this team now? Is this a better team 12 months on than what won last year?
The last team with FNX was good as well. But now, like I said, with our hard work, even with Phelps, that is a really young player, but he's a beast. We're still good. So I think the secret is not players or anything. The secret is hard work and do the things that you love. And we do this, playing CSGO, practicing every day.
You do work hard. Ladies and gentlemen, the champions of ESL One Cologne are SK Gaming.
Look at my hair.
The trophy cabinet gets fuller and fuller. SK Gaming, 45 days here on European soil, and already 3 new trophies added to that cabinet. Now 1 more will remain. They want the championship. They want to retain the major champion title, get it back from the Danes that took it from them. And now you can see the celebrations are in full effect. They've done it, and under home away from home of all places, SK, the organization based here in the city of Cologne. And the Brazilians will be leaving with another ESL One trophy. It's an incredible story as well, from rags to riches, and now they do stand vigilant at the top of the Counter-Strike scene. The world #1, and that major championship is where they'll have the proving ground to truly claim that title. What a ride.
Yeah, for sure. To see them come out, take it in 3. We did set the grim kind of storyline at the start of the segment, but yeah, it was exactly what we wanted. Closer than I thought it was going to be. Cloud9, they really impressed me. They're legit. Okay, if they can carry this through into the major right now, then fantastic by them. But SK, they're just a classed act. You know, this theory that they have, the hard work that they put in, you see it in every round. You see the way that they can adapt. Everybody on this team, they're on the same wavelength, and that's so important to be the best in the world.
Yanko, seeing SK develop, seeing them undergo another roster change. This roster has undergone change after change. Fallen has cut friend and foe alike, and now again they thrive with a new name in the roster.
I think it's all about what Taco said in the interview. It's all about the hard work. They really treat this game seriously. It is their life. It's not just about the amount of hours you put in, it's how you approach the game. And they really try with every practice, with every tournament, with every official game. They look back and they try to look how they can become a better team altogether. And also these players have to realize that they don't have egos in a sense that someone is doing work for somebody else. Everyone's contributing. Everyone realizes what needs to be done in order to not just become the best team in the world, but even more so to remain one. And that's why no matter what happens, you can expect SK to bounce back and to be in the top.
When picking up their first victory with this 5-man roster, Phelps was on the microphone in California and he said the words, "This was important. We needed this to kickstart what we are capable of, to start to really realize their potential as a 5-man unit." And they've gone on to prove it. It was Sweden, it's Germany, and soon it will be Poland. The boys have truly once again shown just how scary they can be in that server, Chad.
Yeah, in the early days when Phelps joined, it looked very one-dimensional. They had too much aggression, and then there was internal issues there. There was discussions about how we're going to deal with this. And they've basically, as far as I'm aware, or my understanding, they basically told Phelps the way it had to be, and they had to go back to their older style that had worked for them and kind of revolutionize Counter-Strike in the modern-day meta. And then they're back. SK, the legendary team, on a huge run right now, Alex.
Yeah, they really are. And on the other side of the stage stood Cloud9. And I mean, if it's just to add salt to the wound, perhaps, but again, Cloud9 get off to a blazing start on Inferno. 8-0 at one point. Everything is going away. 9-1. And then SK get rolling. They win that pistol. Momentum picks up, and the Brazilians just do what they do best.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, Cloud9, on that first half, they looked fantastic, and even when they switched over, they were going with the aggression that we said that they needed to be able to do to catch the positions, the transitional defense of SK off guard. There was times that you saw Stewie run into his own Molotov just to get a kill, and I think they won the round off the back of that, right? So they were doing the right things, it just wasn't enough for these boys to close at this stage. You're going up against SK, a team who plays on at this level all the time, where you got fresh faces still. I know Automatic and Stewie, they've been up here for a while now, but this is still new to them.
I think it just shows you can never get complacent against SK or let your foot off the gas, because Cloud9 was 9-1 up and it ended up being a 10-5 half. 4 of the last 5 rounds, SK manages to win. The map going down to the very end, if you just had 1 round extra there, would have been enough for Cloud9 to at least get into overtime, because you have to know that SK, their CT sides, no matter the map, no matter how high that map is or low in their depth chart, they're always going to be on point.
Outstanding. It doesn't really matter how good you are, how much of a lead you have, SK are going to be fighting to the finish. Again, they lift another trophy. It's starting to become quite a recurring storyline. They did fall from grace somewhat, as we've discussed, but right back they come and they defend their throne at ESL One Cologne. It sounds like poetic, and indeed it is. Photos will be taken. They are going to have plenty of time for their fans now, because they always, the first thing every single member in that team will do when you put a microphone in their face is thank the fans. And Taco did it just there as well. Humble yet incredibly scary in the server. With all of that said, SK may win. Cloud9, a couple of closing notes on them from our analysts, because the North Americans came into this one desperate to try and go ahead and break that curse. 12 years it was. 12 years before a North American team lifted a trophy on European soil in Counter-Strike. Not today, SK say.
Yeah, I think you're a bit disheartened. If you're a Cloud9 fan, you wonder what could have happened if Fallen didn't have that amazing game on Train, right? If Cloud9 wins that map, that was their pick. Yeah. If this goes to an extra one, listen, a 16-14 game against SK on Inferno only need the small things to go your way. You can take that to an extra map. You can prolong the series at least. So I think Cloud9 definitely have shown, for one, that they can take the fight up to SK. But on the other side of things, you also see the differences and the small flaws that kind of do mean everything in the end, and you see why SK is the best team in the world.
And where would we be here in the Lanxess without the fans? Stunner's managed to grab a couple of them. Let's check in with him before we say our goodbyes.
Hey, that's right, Alex. I'm here on the floor right now with Gregory. Gregory's been yelling his heart out all day. I don't know that you have much of a voice left, huh?
Yeah, it was a nice game, and I'm so impressed by guys. Yeah, it was a good game, and I want to thanks guys for a nice game, and yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at SK walking away, they are your ESL One Cologne champions. What sort of message would you have to those guys right now?
I would like to say thanks for them. I will support them. They have lots of fans in Poland, in Hungary. So yeah, I would like to just thanks for a nice game.
Well, there you have it. Congratulations to SK Gaming. You guys are the champions, and well, you beat out my boys in Cloud9. You most certainly did that. That does it for me for the weekend. I want to say thank you to all of you at home, and throwing it back to you, Alex.
He's been fantastic this entire week. So much love to Stunner, the bodyguard of ESL One Cologne. And now, gents, we have to kind of put a cherry on it. It's all wrapped up. It's put under the tree. We're just waiting for Santa to come and grab it. That's not how Christmas works.
No, I don't think so. He gives.
You know, I don't know.
You know what SK just took?
What did they do?
The first step in the chance to get in that Grand Slam $1 million prize.
You're absolutely right. The Intel Grand Slam, SK champions now, of course. That will be the first of the next 10 events. Should they win another 3, an extra $1 million. I hope it comes in an Intel-branded suitcase. That's my
That'd be nice.
That would be cool. Huh. Flip it open, I don't know, all in ones. They could bring it in a forklift.
And in cash.
And in cash. That's how it works, right? That's the society we live in. These are some of the pretty faces I've been hanging out with on the desk. Janko, another ESL One Cologne under your belt. A birthday celebrated again in the Lanxess Arena.